Pop! OS 24.04 LTS has arrived. Are Windows days numbered? For years, Windows has been the default operating system for millions of people around the world. Whether for work, gaming, education, or everyday use, it has dominated the desktop market. But in recent years, a quiet revolution has been taking place. Linux has become easier to use, more powerful, more polished, and more appealing than ever before. Now, with the arrival of Pop! OS 24.04 LTS, many technology enthusiasts are asking an interesting question. Could this finally be the Linux distribution that convinces ordinary Windows users to switch? Or, even more dramatically, are Windows days numbered? Let's take a closer look. For those unfamiliar with it, Pop! OS is a Linux distribution developed by System76, a company known for building computers specifically designed to run Linux. Unlike many Linux distributions that simply package existing software together, System76 actively develops features focused on productivity, performance, and user experience. Their goal has always been simple: create an operating system that feels modern, fast, and easy enough for anyone to use. Over the years, Pop! OS has earned a reputation among software developers, engineers, students, creators, and even gamers. Now, version 24.04 LTS represents one of the biggest milestones in the project's history. The first thing to understand is what LTS actually means. LTS stands for long-term support. Instead of receiving support for only a few months, this version will receive security updates and maintenance for several years. That makes it particularly attractive for professionals, businesses, schools, and anyone who wants stability instead of constantly reinstalling or upgrading their operating system. Reliability matters, especially when your computer is your primary work tool. Performance has always been one of Linux's biggest strengths, and Pop! OS 24.04 continues that tradition. The system boots quickly, applications launch almost instantly on modern hardware, memory usage is efficient, background processes are kept under control. Unlike many operating systems that become slower over time, Pop! OS is designed to stay responsive even after months or years of regular use. Older computers can also benefit significantly. Machines that struggle with the latest versions of Windows often feel surprisingly fast when running Linux. For many users, that alone can postpone the need to buy an expensive new computer. One of the most exciting developments is the continued work on the brand new desktop environment known as Cosmic. Instead of relying entirely on traditional Linux desktop environments, System76 decided to build its own experience from the ground up. Cosmic focuses on simplicity, productivity, customization, and modern design. Users can easily organize workspaces, manage multiple monitors, create efficient keyboard shortcuts, customize panels, arrange windows automatically, and adapt the interface to their personal workflow. Rather than forcing everyone into a single design philosophy, Cosmic encourages flexibility. That has become one of Pop! OS's defining characteristics. Developers will likely appreciate Pop! OS even more. Programming tools are readily available, package management is straightforward. Container technologies such as Docker integrate smoothly. Languages including Python, Rust, Go, JavaScript, Java, and C++ are well supported. Git works seamlessly. Development environments install with minimal effort. Many software engineers already choose Linux because it closely resembles the servers where their applications eventually run. Pop! OS simplifies that workflow even further. Gamers have traditionally viewed Linux as a difficult platform. That perception has changed dramatically. Thanks to Steam Proton, thousands of Windows games now run on Linux with little or no configuration. Performance continues improving with every update. Graphics drivers from NVIDIA, AMD, and Intel have become far more reliable. Many popular multiplayer games work flawlessly. Although a handful of titles still face compatibility issues due to anti-cheat software, the overall gaming experience has improved tremendously compared to just a few years ago. For many players, Linux is no longer a compromise. It is becoming a legitimate gaming platform. Security remains another major advantage. Linux has long been recognized for its strong permission model. Applications generally have limited access to system resources. Software is usually installed through trusted repositories. Malware targeting desktop Linux remains relatively uncommon compared to Windows. No operating system is completely immune to security threats. But Linux's architecture significantly reduces many common attack vectors. For privacy-conscious users, that offers additional peace of mind. Customization is another area where Pop! OS shines. Almost every aspect of the operating system can be adjusted. Themes, icons, fonts, window behavior, keyboard shortcuts, panels, animations, power management. Developers and advanced users appreciate this level of control. Even beginners often discover that Linux allows them to create an environment perfectly suited to their needs. Instead of adapting to the operating system adapts to the user. Of course, no operating system is perfect. Some professional applications remain exclusive to Windows or Mac OS. Certain specialized hardware may require additional configuration. A few commercial programs still lack native Linux versions. Some users may need time to become familiar with Linux terminology and workflows. These challenges continue to shrink every year, but they have not disappeared entirely. So, does Pop! OS 24.04 mean Windows is finished? Probably not. Windows still dominates the desktop market. Millions of businesses rely on Microsoft software. Countless commercial applications remain Windows first. However, something important has changed. For the first time, many users are no longer asking whether Linux is usable. Instead, they are asking whether they still need Windows at all. That is a remarkable shift. As Linux continues improving, hardware support expands, gaming compatibility increases, and user-friendly distributions like Pop! OS evolve, switching has never been easier. For programmers, content creators, students, professionals, privacy advocates, and even gamers, Pop! OS 24.04 LTS demonstrates just how far desktop Linux has come. Whether it will replace Windows completely remains uncertain. But one thing is clear. Competition drives innovation, and today's Linux ecosystem is stronger, more polished, and more accessible than at any other point in its history. Perhaps the real question is no longer whether Linux can compete with Windows. Perhaps the better question is this: how many people will realize they no longer need Windows at all?